What's up, everybody? Ooh, I got a delay on this thing. Okay, hang on. Let me finish getting everything set up over here. It's my second live ever by myself. So first one was with my sisters, and they are not here unfortunately. So it's just gonna be me tonight. Let me see. Apologies for being out of breath too. I just came back from a smoke break. Had to climb a bunch of stairs. Okay. What's up? What's up, everybody? Leave in the comments where you're watching from. I got like a weird delay and echo, so I gotta turn this off. Sorry, everyone. Okay, let me make sure I'm framed up good. Scoot my table over. Just bring this over. You see tonight's beverages. I got water and I got Powerade. No coffee tonight or Monster. It's getting pretty late and I got work tomorrow. Pretty sure a lot of people have work tomorrow. What up, what up, what up? Yate. Oregon, Illinois, California, Minnesota, Oregon, Tennessee, Kansas, Texas. Oh, awesome. You guys are like all over the place. New York, Arizona. Woo, Arizona. Denmark, Louisiana, Sacramento. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. Gain is low. Gain is low. You want me to crank it up a little bit, everybody? Or do you just want me to speak directly into this? Oh. So if anything, I can just speak louder into this. Let me know how it is. But if you guys caught my New Year's live stream, I was building a Gundam with my sisters. And I apologize, I haven't uploaded those clips yet. I'm a slacker, so no excuse for that. I'm sorry. I've been trying to juggle all my ideas that go through my head, plus trying to work and do all these cool things and hang out with you guys. So if anything, I'll try to make this like a bi-weekly thing to where, we can do a live stream, just hang out with each other. Okay, I shall speak directly into the mic. Okay, well, let me go ahead and turn up the mic real quick because I might be going a little bit back and forth and everything. 1 second, everybody. Ugh. Still haven't got this down to a perfection yet, but let me know how this sounds, everybody. Avery? No? Okay. Skins can scream too good. All right, sweet. Hey, what's up in Delcon? Be sure to stay warm out there. So, for those of you out there who are just joining, I'm going to be attempting to try to finish this Gundam and try to read the comments too. That didn't really go too well last time. I had to have my sisters do it, so please have patience with me. This thing is a beast when it comes to making this. So, for those of you who weren't there for my New Year's live stream, I build Gundams every now and then. It's very therapeutic. I used to build a lot of Legos, so I guess these are like adult Legos, I guess you can say. Just to kind of just zone out and just enjoy the moment of trying to build something, create something, Who knows? I'll give this to my future kids in the future. So, but yeah. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and reach out. Avery, no. We're not going to talk about what I look for in a guy. But yes. Avery is my if you guys have watched Unearthing the Supernatural, he's Colta. So him and I grew up together long time ago, ever since elementary school. So him and I are best friends. So yeah, we've been through with each other through thick and thin growing up. So I got everything out of here. A bunch of trash. So this one is the RXO and Unicorn Gundam number 2 Banshee Norn destroy mode. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's kind of out of focus, but yeah. I'm also working on designs for my merch line too. So yes. Hey, Gila River, what's up? Cool. Yes. So let's go ahead and begin. So where I left off on this, I have no idea, so I got to refind it and everything. So if you guys have any questions about like any of my videos I've done or suggestions of videos you guys want to see in the future, just here to hang out. Normally I have a smoke, but my apartment complex doesn't allow me to smoke. So I got to go outside and do that. So maybe in the future, hey, if I go back home out into the res, I can go ahead and have a smoke break with you guys. Really get my thoughts going on all this. So, okay. Who can't go and collect sage? For those of us who can't go and collect sage and be respectful, is there an indigenous website we could purchase it? Okay, internet, do your thing. I'm pretty sure somebody out there in the realm of the Shanclen warriors has a website that kind of sells all this stuff. For me, my family has connections in the areas where they grow. Hang on, there's a double audio on this thing. Hang on, let me turn this off. Where they grow the sage and everything. So we ask like our extended family members out there to go ahead and get the sage for us, and we kind of do a trade offering for that. So yeah. Are there any Gundams for Valentine's Day? I'm pretty sure there's some pink ones out there. Has some flowers and everything. Do you ever talk about what people are now calling dogmen? They used to be called werewolves or demons. Honestly, up until I started uploading videos and everything, I didn't even know or even hear of dogmen before. I've heard of goatmen, I've heard of owlmen, I've heard of coyote men. Not really dogmen. So tell me more about it. Like, where are they originally from and all that? Yes, live stream outside. Gotta bring like a battery out there or something like that. When I smoke, I pray. Hey, that's why I smoke, is to pray with our culture. So, sacred tobacco. All tobacco is sacred. Oh, it just, you got to pretty much make do with what you have. If me and living in the city, we have our own tobacco that grows on the reservation as well. But a lot of times that tobacco is used for ceremonial use, and then there's recreational use as well. So I kind of smoke a little bit of back and forth. So like in ceremony, you don't go and smoke American spirits or anything like that. You have like a specific tobacco that's mixed and made for that. And so if you go and smoke like, I guess you could say like recreationally, you can use like a normal smoke. But tobacco is still good. You can pray with it. Oh, glad you guys enjoy the show. Would I ever want to hang out with the twin paranormal and do the video with them? Maybe. Who knows? Whatever happens in the future and everything like that. I'm honestly kind of tired of collabing with people who don't. Not saying that they are like that, but like I've met some pretty bad people in the paranormal world, and so like that's why like I kind of stopped investigating and everything. I mean, it is for the spirits and everything. We still go out and do that stuff like on the side, but we don't really record it anymore. Like my brother at Unearthing the Supernatural still does. So if you guys want to see investigations like that, he goes out and still does those things. But as far as for like collabing with people, it's kind of hard to find the right people. We've met a couple who I guess you can say understand the level of connection we have with spirits. So there's a lot of people that are like just really what really kind of ruined it was we collab with a team. They were really disrespectful, and it's just the mindset was running around with a bunch of children, and it's just that's kind of something that we don't really like, and and how they portray themselves afterwards, and just like having us there at the same time just makes us look bad. So It's unless I really know you or like we become friends and everything. Yeah, I'll collab with you. But like as far as for strangers and everything, let me get to know you, who you are as an actual person before I go out into the spiritual world with you. It's a lot of trust that goes into that. Uh, where do I buy my katanas from? God, I haven't bought that. I bought that katana. I would have to say 6, 7 years ago. Honestly, I forgot. I got it off of online, but it's pretty much you had to do a lot of research to be able to find a good one that's actually like used, that's sturdy and strong. I've had a couple katanas in the past that just didn't work out. That were kind of really cheap, and they would just bend on me and break. But this one's actually worked with me for a long time. Actually have another one that's in retirement. That was one of my first ones that we had, and it's all just bent up and just destroyed. But keep it for sentimental reasons. Okay. No, I have not seen a Dogman before. Wartime Stories did a video in Skinwalkers. Have you seen it? And what do you think? Was Luke respectful and accurate? I did not see that yet. I did see your comment. I apologize if I didn't respond to it. But I definitely will try. Work has been pretty crazy. I've been working pretty late, and that's why this live stream is pretty late. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Pipe or cigar? Depends. Ceremony, we have our own traditional pipes that we use. Cigars, we kind of smoke that for celebration, I guess you can say. Like if we were me and the old homies, when we would go investigate and everything, we would come back, we'd just be tired and everything, and just to decompress after an investigation, it takes a lot of spiritual energy out of you, and you're just drained. They call it, I guess they call it like paranormal hangover. So to kind of recuperate and bring yourself back, we would smoke tobacco because to us Navajo traditionally, tobacco is a very sacred herb for us. So we partake of that, we pray with it, and it helps rejuvenate us, brings our mind back and everything. So it helps keep my mind clear, especially like when we do a live stream, people ask me questions, That's why I had to smoke before this. I hope. Are there any rituals I do for the new year? Yeah, I stay up till midnight. Say Happy New Year, and I go to bed. If anything, the New Year's, like the global New Year's, isn't really our New Year. The Net have their New Year's a little bit earlier in the year, so it's kind of like a different time frame. So when we do like the Navajo New Year, originally that's when you would do like a ceremony or offerings or something. So that's kind of what we do as Dene. So, but we do have a New Year. Yes, yes. Okay. Is it legal to grow tobacco? I get mixed views online. On the reservation you can. I never tried to outside of the reservation because like how I am now, I'm renting and I don't really have land out here. So it just grows naturally out there. So where we are, we're kind of up in the mountains of the Navajo Nation. So, you'll see it. My grandpa's like, hey, we got some tobacco here. And so we harvest some and we dried it out and everything. So that's what we use for our ceremonies out there. Oh, greetings from Germany. Love your content. Thank you. Thank you. So tweakers scare me. Yes. Yeah, same. Pray for them though. They're going through a hard time. Let me see. Skinwalker Ranch, not sure. Dogman 411. Yeah. I have my views on Skinwalker Ranch. So for all you guys out there that are watching right now, Skinwalker Ranch, in my mind, was a very sacred place, but and it still is. And that's where a lot of spiritual beings and medicinal people used to go to those lands because it was one of those places where it would give up a lot of spiritual energy, I guess you can say. So I wouldn't be surprised if skinwalkers actually made their way up there for their ceremonies to do whatever. But as far as for modern day, I highly doubt that there will be any skinwalkers that go up there just because of the attention and how many people go up there. You know, they got cameras and all this other stuff. But when it comes to natural energy locations like that, it does draw in extraterrestrial beings. So that's where you get like alien sightings and all these other different things. So when it comes to that, you know, you talk about like here in Phoenix, Arizona, you have the South Mountain to where they actually have, if you guys haven't checked out my Existence of Aliens video, go check that out because I mentioned that on there. But that's where they have a lot of petroglyphs of beings of the star people who used to come down into the mountain and everything. So Skin Rock Ranch in my mind is one of those places too, to where it gives off a lot of those natural energies and everything. So yes, yes. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some crazy supernatural things. Do remedies work on all entities, or do cultural remedies only work for that culture? Like, can your remedies settle a jinn? It's a good question. So far, our stuff that we have has worked for beings that are of other different cultures. Just because the remedies that we have are all natural based, not human based, if that makes sense. So when it comes to the remedies and protections that we have, it all goes back into the elements that were first here on this world. So when we talk about these things, is the first, how the old stories go is light was the first thing that came to this world, then darkness followed. And so when you use that stuff, fire brings light. And when you use ash and tish, that's one of those natural elements that's even older than human existence on this earth can use. So when you talk about like all these other spiritual beings and deities that came into this earth and during the creation before humans and all that, that's where it kind of goes into a lot of jurisdiction kind of conversations, to where how I like to explain it is jurisdictions. Say like if you have the state police, city police, county police, or something like that, you know, you have city police from one city coming over here. Does it have jurisdiction in a different city kind of thing? So that's how it is. And I'll be explaining this in my upcoming video on Friday, so stay tuned in the spiritual world. So you guys are getting an exclusive look into the next episode. But, you know, when it comes to these things, you just have to understand the natural laws and the laws that were based off of that the creator sent for everybody across the world. And that's one thing you have to understand is each spiritual being has their own different laws when it comes to it. And that's where you just have to learn and understand that spiritual being to know its weaknesses, to know what it grows power from, and those types of things. So there's a lot of stories and teachings behind that. And honestly, I don't think I've ever met a jinn before. Never really left Turtle Island or even the United States, really. And I haven't even gone all over the United States yet, just loan money and everything, so I don't travel that much. But I have gone to the East Coast once to Kentucky. I drove there with my older brother, and that was a lot of fun. But other than that, yeah, I still have to explore the East Coast and all the rest of United States. Western United States, I've kind of been to because of my old job and everything. But east side of the United States, I haven't gone over there. Okay, next question. How's the Chinese are growing using Palo Santo and would never stance on tobacco apply to Palo Santo during metaphysical work? I have no idea. Okay. Okay. Can I get a shout out for? Hang on, my eyes are getting bad in this light. Okay, Quingay or Quingay. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I'm horrible at pronouncing and reading and everything. I think I need to start getting some reading classes. Yeah, it's a good book. For everyone out there, my brother has a book on Amazon, so you can look up. I think he's pretty sure if you look up Hero on his social medias, I'm sure he'll have it somewhere. But it's a pretty good book. Yes, always keep a spare sig just in case. Have you ever had contact with non-Navajo spirits? Yes, I have. It's just one of those things to where like we live in a world that's so diverse and so many races and cultures that a lot of times people bring their spirits with them. So that's just one of those things to where you have to learn how to communicate with all the spirits. And that's why we know so much is, we communicated with those spirits. They told us their stories, and, we compared and contrast. And just like how you do with like a normal human being, get to know where they come from, what do they like, what they don't like, and kind of stuff like that. So yes, I have met a non Navajo spirit. Uh, I have I ever visited California? Yes, I have. I've done. We're supposed to do 2 investigations over there, but I used to go over there with my family sometimes for like vacations and stuff like that. But yeah, we went to go to the Black Star Canyon, I think it was, and that was like a very sacred site. We went to investigation, so that one was really creepy and fun for me too to be able to see those spirits. Uh, okay. Hello, everybody. Yes. Hello. 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 Can cannabis be used as offering? Uh, yeah, but have to be careful with that because some spirits might take offense to it, but some might like it. That's one thing I like. I like about tobacco is like it was one of those things to where what we were taught is tobacco, even if the spirit doesn't smoke it, it's considered one of those things to where it's like kind of currency kind of thing to where you can trade it in the spiritual world. And, it's one of those things to where in our stories that if you did consume it or smoke it and everything, it goes inside your body and sends out a prayer to the creator or whatever family spirits you're trying to communicate to where like if you're like a lost spirit or something and you're trying to communicate with your spirits and everything to get help and all that. If you're in like a really dark place that even the creator or good spirits can't see you or hear you, you can do those type of things. So yes, go for it. I mean, I've never tried it, but go for it. Let me know what happens. Uh, if a skinwalker blew that paralyzing bone dust in your face, would Christian praying from a priest work? No, it would not. Reason why it would not work is because it's one of those things. How I can explain it is you're writing a code, and if you're writing a code for a website or something like that, and somebody sends a hack on your website, there's a very specific way on how you untangle that code to where you can kind of get rid of the hack, get rid of the viruses and everything like that, even with medicines too. So, like, say, like certain medicines only work with certain things. You got to go and get prescriptions from medications from doctors and everything. You can't use. I know this is gonna hurt a lot of feelings. You can't use Vicks for everything, okay? But you can use it for most things, but not everything. But it's one of those things to where when you're praying, that's where you have to know your enemy. You have to know who's attacking you to where you know how to bring apart that prayer, untangle it that's entangled with the person's spirit that's given them sick and undo it. If you kind of just do like a general kind of prayer like that, it goes back to one of those things where I was talking about jurisdictions to where we've tried using Christianity prayers. We actually had somebody who was of the faith go out there and try that. And unfortunately, they just got laughed at by those guys. So no offense to you guys, but it's one of those things to where you just gotta broaden your horizons when you're coming into contact with the spiritual world and just be a sponge. Learn different religions, learn different types of things, and some things work with other spirits and some things don't. So yeah. Yeah. Would I ever explore, investigate with a non-content creator? Depends. A lot of times when we go into these places and all that, we unlock or awaken some spirits when we go there. A lot of times we would bring like people who aren't ready for that kind of thing and they get sick just because they're not used to that much energy or power coming at them. So that's why, like, if we were to go bring somebody out there or go on an investigation, we would take them to a location to where it's not as dark or not as evil, but like a fun little location where you can have fun. There's a lot of places, like I would have to recommend Vulture City. I used to run ghost tours out there. Vulture City near Wickenburg, Arizona. I used to call that place spiritual Disneyland because there's a lot of different spirits out there. There are some bad out there too. Just got to be careful, but just main thing, if you're respectful and you always say hello, you always say goodbye, you give an offering, should be no problem. Have I ever heard of Mothman? Yes, I saw a movie that came out for that, and I think it was something on the East Coast about a Mothman. We'd like to meet him, have a smoke with him. Be pretty cool. Let me see. What can be used as an offering for making ash for skinwalkers? Cedar, sweetgrass, food, just a little bit of food and everything. Just something that is kind of combustible. Don't put gas in there. No, don't do that. Tobacco would be good too. Just something that is from the heart. Don't burn like toys or jewelry or anything like that. Cedar works really good. Tobacco works really good. Tobacco you can get at any corner store. So yeah, just take out, like, if it's like a cigarette, just open up the cigarette, take out the tobacco and just put it in the fire and just pray with it. And that's one thing, is like you're giving acknowledgement to the fire that it's kind of like a trade-off agreement that you're having with the fire spirit and everything, that you're going to be asking for the protections and everything. And not just for skinwalkers, but for all beings like that. So you don't have to put like ash like all over your face and everything. Just a little dot right here, rub it in, and it'll go away. So yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing my content. Oh no, there's so many comments. I lost where I was. Okay. Have I ever experienced Bigfoot? My reserve is Thunderbird Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada. Hey, what's up? Stay warm. Hope you're staying warm up there. Yes, I have had an experience with Bigfoot, but I'm not going to go into it because that's going to be a video I'm probably going to be making next week for you guys about how us Diné people have interacted with Bigfoot and seen Bigfoot, how I have interacted with Bigfoot and seen Bigfoot. So that one's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that, everybody. And if you're not on my Instagram, go follow that now, because that's where I give all my updates, and sometimes Facebook too, but not as much because I don't post stories on Facebook. I'm sorry, Facebook people. Instagram's just really cool. Yoshi, hello. Yes, Paranormal Hangover. Dogmen are like werewolves from that movie Underworld. Ooh. Underworld was such a great series. I love that series. Also Arizona. Thank you for enjoying the content and everything. Did I really kill a skinwalker? It's classified. Not going to go into that. Do you ever have interactions with little people in the Netah? Not on the Navajo Nation, but I have with the Lakota tribe. Our family has relatives up there as well, so we go up to the ceremonies up in Pine Ridge area, Rosebud area. So yes, I've had interactions with little people, and I might make a video about that, but it's from when I was a little child, and honestly, it was really cool. Yes, I have though. Oh, what's up, Montana? I miss Montana, man. I went out to Montana. I went to the Chippewa Cree tribe up there to install solar. It was during winter, so it was cold, but we installed some solar on some duplexes out there. And I think the local college that was there had some students come out there and help us. It was honestly really cool, but beautiful, beautiful area. Let me see. I live in the city. I'll say that much. I live in Phoenix area. I had to move down here for work, but I go back to the reservation every now and then to go see family and all that as much as I can. I know tobacco is getting pretty expensive. It sucks. I don't know if there's any laws though, but be sure don't take it from me. Look up your local laws to see if you can actually grow your own tobacco. Not too sure. Did Am I trained in martial arts? Yes. I used to be an MMA fighter. For one fight, I lost, but it was a lot of fun. um, Let me see. Oh, Texas, how you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Story of I don't know how to pronounce that. Have I done a video or explored the story of Nahanni Valley? No, I haven't yet. I honestly haven't heard of it, but I'd be down to learn as much as I can from it. The owner from Skinwalker in Sedona last year. Ooh, Skinwalker Ranch. What could cause negative spirit to push me off the bed a couple times and leave a handprint on my arm? That's honestly one of those things to where, like, whenever you do like a ceremony like that, sometimes a lot of our patients would come to us and they would have like a problem like that. So that's where you would go consult with a spiritual leader, and then they would kind of ask you questions like, have you gone to any like weird burial sites? Have you stolen, or this may not pertain to you, but if you ever stolen like anything from like old graves or ruins, or it kind of depends on who you are. If like you're indigenous or wherever nationality you come from, if it has taboos and you kind of went against it, that. Or it could just be a random negative spirit inside of your house. So I recommend get some sweetgrass, cedar out for your house if you can, and just try to get rid of that negative spirit. And if you can't, try to seek a local spiritual practitioner to help you out, get rid of that evil demon. Oh, good luck with that. Sorry you're dealing with that. Oh, yes. Welcome to my live stream. I'll try to do these maybe every other week, every 2 weeks or something like that. But yes, welcome everybody. Welcome. Do I know anyone who has dealt with shapeshifters in other countries? I've had numerous relatives serve in Afghanistan, and they have some insane paranormal stories, including Skinwalker-like. I have a lot of people from Brazil and Ecuador. I met some relatives up in that area, and they told me stories of how they have shapeshifters down there too. Very, very vicious creatures. Never anything from the Middle East. My father was in the Air Force, but he was in a time to where like it was like a non-combat time, so he never really went overseas. So yeah, I haven't really met anybody, but I'd be down to hear some stories if anyone knows any. Who? I smoke and use tobacco when playing the drums, so I want to have organic tobacco. Oh, I mean, that's what my uncle does. When my uncle plays guitar, he's a very, very good guitar player, so he jams out and just gets in tune and with the energies of his guitar, and they both just sing together. It's awesome. Greetings from Toronto. What's up? Do I think Christianity is evil for the atrocities to indigenous people? No. I blame the people, not the religion. I hope. Question, and forgive my lack of knowledge. As a Nordic pagan, I view wild deer as a sign of strength and luck in tough times. Do native people view deer as a sacred animal as well? Yes, we do. There's a lot of sacred stories that we have with the deer. Pretty much every single animal we have. There's never really any that's bad, especially for Navajo, except snakes. Snakes are very taboo for us. I know I had a best friend who was Hopi growing up who do snake dances too. It depends on the tribe. Each tribe has their taboo animal. But deer for us, no, they're not bad. They have their sacred stories too. Oh. Jinns are in Iraq and the Middle East, I believe you said. A lot of soldiers' stories about them. Yeah, I would love to hear some stories and everything, because when it comes to like battlefields and everything like that, there's a lot of spiritual things that happen as well. I guess you can say like spiritual warfare, and I can probably include that in my spiritual video as well. it's honestly really fascinating to know that, like, yeah, there's a physical battle going on, but there's also spiritual stuff that's happening too. So with being around all that death and everything like that, I wouldn't be surprised if they do see things like that out there. There was like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but there's like this section on TikTok to where it's like war stories and everything like that, to um, where there's like haunted army bases and all that, and there's like that creepy music that plays, and they're out, soldiers out on watch. I'm not a veteran at all, so I apologize if I get the terminology wrong, but there's somebody out on watch, and somebody comes to relieve them, and but they look at them and they're wearing like old school military gear, and then like they're missing an arm or something like that, and I was like, oh god, that would just be creepy as hell and everything. Yeah. uh Regular roast mutton sandwich versus a Kentucky roast mutton sandwich, or a Kansas roast mutton sandwich. My bad. There's a Kentucky thing right above. Hmm. I would have to say my grandma's roast mutton sandwich. Nothing beats it. I've been to every single flea market. I've been, all the way from Tuba City, all the way to Farmington flea markets, even Gallup flea markets. My grandma still makes the best mutton. Oh. Yes, may money find you so I can travel. Yes. Thank you guys so much for that, because actually what you guys are doing right now is helping me to grow, to be able to travel to these different nations, to be able to get these stories. Because that's one thing I really want to do with this channel, is to be able to go to different tribes, and like how I wouldn't say I'm an expert in skinwalkers, but I know quite a bit of it. Imagine like all these other tribes that have their deities. I remember some of my relatives up in the Lakota nations, they have a prairie demon that's out there. And so, the Apaches, they have like their creepy things out there too. So that's something I really want to do, is to be able to network and make those connections with other tribes. So that would honestly be really, really cool. Ahoo. So thank you to that. So just watching these, sharing the videos and everything, that'll help me get there so I can tell some awesome stories for you guys. Oh. Come to Cherokee, man. I one of my old managers was Eastern Band Cherokee from North Carolina, I believe. So he was the first Cherokee, the actual real Cherokee that I've actually met. He looked like he was 16, but he was actually like 25. Dude had a really deep voice, and I was like, oh geez, he looked like an elf, but like you can tell like he was native and everything, but like he had very fair skin. Like over there, they have like a lot of storms and trees and forests, he told me. So I was like, dang man, he comes with Navajo, and we're all dark and all that, and just really, really ashy over here. Yes. But I would love to go over there. I just been to Kentucky over there, and I forget the road we took, but yeah, just going to the East Coast. God, the humidity. I don't know if I can handle humidity though. I have to, just walk around in swim trucks if I go in the humidity like that. Oh, great channel, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much for enjoying. I'm doing good. How are you? Hello from Brazil. I'm glad I sleep late so I can be here to watch. Oh, welcome, Brazil. Are skinwalkers everywhere? No, they are not. Skinwalkers are in the Navajo Nation region, maybe a little bit out from there, but not too far. There are shapeshifters everywhere, though. I'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, though. I'm not offering any tobacco for my grandpa in the afterlife. He had more than enough while he was alive. Offer him food. Give him some fruits, something like that. That'll work too. Cherokee and Apache here. Oh. Holbrook Roadrunners or Winslow Bulldogs. Okay. For those of you out there who don't know, Winslow, Arizona and Holbrook, Arizona are very hardcore rivals. I'm an alumni from Winslow, Arizona, but my sisters currently go to Holbrook. So go Roadrunners. What can I do as a non-Native American person when I have a weird or have bad energy happening around me? Cedar, sweetgrass. Try burning those. Maybe try to find your roots of where you come from. Maybe they have their own, I guess you can say, remedies, cures for bad energies to cleanse out places. Highly recommend that to see if you can try to find those as well. But for me, whenever I have bad energy or anything like that, sweetgrass and cedar are my go-to to kind of cleanse those things out. And tobacco too. Pray with it. Always pray. Maybe the spirits will come and help you. I briefly mentioned Beetle Warriors and went and did a little bit of research about how I don't know how to pronounce that. Met them previously. I have a feeling about who they have may have been. No one talks about this. Yeah, it's like one of those things to where if you talk about people that came here before Christopher Columbus to these lands and everything, that's not really, I guess you can say, U.S. history based, to where they don't really want that stuff to be public knowledge, because it's just like it kind of gets rid of the credibility that he discovered America, even though he wasn't. There was already people here, you know. But when you start talking about, like, everyone knows that there's Vikings here, but there's also lots of other people that sailed here, that traded with the tribes that were on the East Coast, West Coast, from the South and the North, So Christopher Columbus wasn't the first person here. There was already a lot of established trade that was already happening at the time. Let me see. I'm trying to scroll through these, but there's a lot of comments. But keep going, everybody. Loving these questions. Keep going. There can be. Do you think there can be skinwalkers in Denmark? As I would like to see one. I don't think you want to see one, but I don't think there's skinwalkers in particular, unless there's a Navajo that lives out there. But I don't know. Could be, but for sure there's probably shapeshifters out there. I've never been to Denmark, but would love to go out there one day. Heard it's pretty nice. Are there universal teachings of remedies? Is that lost knowledge, or does it still exist? Yeah. That's why I said, like, ash and using natural base elements, stuff like that, medicines, herbs from plants and everything like that. Those things have been here for the beginning of time, or since the beginning of this earth. There's always been fire. There's always been light. There's always been darkness. There's always been water. Using those natural base elements will always have authority over beings that came after, I guess you can say. So it really comes down to just being one with nature, being one with the land and everything, and just praying to, when it comes down to a lot of like indigenous teachings and everything, you just really have to just be one with the earth, the wind, the rain, the sky, the wind and all that. I already said wind twice. Sorry, everybody. But you talk about those things, and you be one with it, you pray with it, and each one of those things have their own spirits. So you pray with those things, you be one with it, you respect it, and they'll come and help you. And that's one of those awesome things. Animals, even bugs too. Bugs have their stories and all that too. But spiders kind of creep me out. But we have our story of Spider Woman too. Yes. What's my favorite gemstone? Anything black would be cool. Shanclen Shadow Warrior. Oh. Do I have any plans to do investigations in Washington State? Maybe not investigations, but I might go travel out there to try to speak with the tribes out there and visit some of their sacred sites and just enjoy the scenery, because I heard Washington State's beautiful. Have I known any crystal healers on the res? Yes. I do know crystals are used in a lot of ceremonies and everything. So yes, I know quite a few of many Hatathis out there that know how to use those ceremonies. Then, Bigfoot country in Northern California. Hello. If you see a Bigfoot, tell him I said hi, my brother. I'm 6'5", everybody. So if you guys haven't seen my latest video, yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments, people saying I'm 6'5". Yes, I am, maybe 6'4". Who knows? 6'5" with shoes, though. So, yeah, probably my Bigfoot's my long-lost cousin. I lived next to Black Star for years. It's always been creepy. Yeah. It was one of those places to where the tribes in the area, because there used to be a tribe that lived in there, but they were massacred like 100 years ago or something like that. um, quite a while ago. They were massacred, and there used to be a lot of sacred herb gardens in there because of the water and the rivers that came through there. So that was a lot of the things that they were protecting that sacred site. So when we went over there, we met a lot of those spirits that were taking care of those herb gardens. Even though the tribes were gone, the plants were still growing there. So a lot of the spirits were kind of there. So whenever somebody would kind of go off trail or kind of be there when they're not supposed to, like say like there's a celestial event going on, like an equinox, that's the word. Any ceremonies like that would happen and people were like on the trail late at night or something like that, the spirits would come and freak them out to kind of chase them out and everything like that. So yeah, it's one of those things to where like people have creepy experiences there, but a lot of times it's just like maybe you're just not supposed to be there at that certain time, or maybe you didn't give offerings to those spirits and let them know your intentions while you go there. So that's why I always recommend you go on hikes to any of these really nice places, national parks and everything. Always pray before you go, give an offering before and after. And even when you get to the site, give an offering, say thank you, being on the land. That's one thing I always do. I always recommend. I always have a good time. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of comments that just happened right there. Okay. Yacht Air from Utah. Oh, cannabis makes you all goofy. Nee. Have I ever tried weed? Classified. I don't smoke anymore. I partook of it once, but never again. uh, have I investigated Bigfoot sightings? If you look up JC Johnson, he was the only one on the res investigating. He's gone now. Never really had to investigate it. I mean, we've seen them, but we never really had to like go out and look for them. I was like one of those things to where like we never really like went out and looked for these things. We just always knew that they were there. So yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where like a lot of people are kind of tuning into a lot of indigenous things. So it's just like, it's like we never really went to go look out for these things. We always knew that they were there, and sometimes we'd see them, but we just like let them be, let them do their own thing. They have their purpose in this world, and we have ours, and it's just like try not to step on anybody's toes. Yes, Vicks is great. Put it on your feet, everybody, if you're feeling sick. Can I describe the appearance of a skinwalker? Pretty much a dude. It's wearing loincloth, maybe coyote skin, and he's marked up. The one I've seen kind of in detail that wasn't all shadowed out and everything. He was painted up white with like all these black symbols on him. And he had just one pouch that had a knife in there, and then some crystals and some bone ash, and then a bone whistle. But that's pretty much it. And, in the wintertime, those guys get really cold and everything, so they don't go out much in the winter. I've heard an Aztec death whistle that vibrated my chest. Is that Native American spirit or skinwalker? I don't know. You probably have to ask one of those guys down there that make the whistles. I've never heard it. I've seen videos of it, but I've never heard it before in person, so I'm not really too sure how it works. How to counteract bone dust? You have to eat medicine. You have to eat bitter herb, and you have to throw it up, and then you have to smoke, and then you have to eat salt. All these different things. But yeah, you got to get ceremonied. If you're somebody on the Navajo Nation that gets bone dust, find a medicine man urgently, quickly, please. So what's a way to prove the existence of skinwalkers, and why does everyone get skinwalkers wrong and mix them up with stuff? I honestly think it's one of those things to where it's lack of knowledge. So when you kind of have a lack of knowledge, you kind of start to generalize things. If you don't know specifically, this is an iPhone, but if you don't know it's an iPhone, it's a phone. Okay, well, if you know specifically this is an iPhone 13, that's where it kind of goes to where like, oh, you just have a phone. I was like, oh, it's not just any kind of phone. this is an iPhone 13 that's been the same phone for the past 3 generations, kind of thing. So, it's just one of those things to where like you just gotta like know the difference between these different things. You can see different types of plants that are out there. There's all these different types of herbs with their names, stories, and ceremonies, and some are poison, some are healing. So that's one thing you got to know. Like, okay, you got to learn the specific names for these different types of things. That's when it comes to spiritual beings. That's when it comes to people too. You just can't. Some people are bad, some people are good. They're all people, but they all have their names, their stories, and all those types of things. Um, so proving the existence of them, I mean, we don't really have to. That's one of those things. So we're like, there's so many people on the res that have experienced these beings, and it's just like our goal isn't to convince the world that they're real. The only reason why I did this stuff was because I got tired of the misinformation. It's like, it's one of those things. I don't know if you guys ever did those experiments in school to where, the classroom sits in a circle and then the teacher whispers something in the student's ear, and then it goes on and on and on. You have to pass along the message. And by the time the message reaches the end of the class, it's a completely different message. And that's what happens. The original stories and all this stuff of skinwalkers and all that really get like out of hand, like way down the line. And it's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's bring this back over here now. Yeah. So my thing is trying to keep up with the comments, and I'm not keeping up with it. So I'm missing some of your guys' comments. I'm sorry. Um, Let me see. Have any Sasquatch encounters? Yes, I'll be making a video about that very soon. Does a spiritual Indian stereotype bother you? Yes, that's why I'm here to prove the stereotype wrong. I'm just a normal guy, but I have kick-ass teachings. Oh, live in beauty, walk in beauty, everybody. You saw Bigfoot? Any UFO encounters? If you haven't seen my UFO encounters video, go check that out right now. Yes, I have. New York, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? See a video about little people. I don't know. It's one of those things to where like I haven't had. It was just like a one experience type of thing, and it won't be a long video. It'll probably be like 10 minutes or something like that. But comment down below if you want to hear a video about little people. Shanclen, have you ever thought about going to other countries that have new spiritual experiences? Would love to hear what you have to say about here in Brazil. Yes. So everybody continue watching and sharing my content, and hopefully that will be able to get me to these places so I can meet you guys. Maybe I could do like live events and everything. We can do like these Q&As like this. Instead of you guys being on a screen, I can have you guys all here and asking me questions and everything. Have a smoke break and we can all talk about these things. Oh, so in the future, yes, I am down. Hi, Auntie Michelle. How you doing? Oh, Canada, Florida, Nebraska, Florida, Canada, or California. Lots of people, man. What's up, everybody? Good night, Yoshi. Get your rest. You got school tomorrow. Go to bed. Is collecting Native American artifacts like arrowheads disrespectful? I mean, arrowheads I think are fine, just as long as they weren't used to kill anybody. Then you're just gonna end up hurting yourself, kind of thing. Whatever you do, don't pick up pottery. If you get pottery, you're gonna get messed up real bad. And if you did pick up pottery, go put it back where you got it, because yeah, those things will really get you. Where do you get your swords at? Who makes them? Some dude online. I forget who it was, but if you guys know any like cool blacksmiths in the United States, let me know. I'm trying to get some new gear. It'd be really cool. Yes, in many cultures, snakes symbolize wisdom. That's true, but for Navajo, nope. So that's what I said. Like my best friend was Hopi, so he they see snakes differently. I'm just like, cool, bro. You do you. Get that snake over there for me, please. Otherwise, I'm gonna need a ceremony. What's up, Maine? Who? Hello, everybody. Hello. Q Amazing 365. Go to bed too. You got school tomorrow. Oh, Apache gone. Run. I can never say that right. Yes. Protect your spirits. Good ones. Ooh, Sydney, Australia. What's up? It's really cool to see everybody like from all over the world just enjoying the content and coming to ask questions and everything. You know, super excited and everything. Do you have merch? I'm in the process of making it actually. So hang on, let me pull this up real quick. I actually started working on artwork and designs for this. So you guys will get the first exclusive look into all this. So let moi see. We close. Whoa. Pulled up the live stream again. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, technical difficulties, everybody. So if you guys can see this, some people were asking me in the comments for sigils and everything like that. So this is going to be the Shanclen Shadow Productions protection symbol. So I'm going to be this isn't like great picture and everything right here, but I'm going to be putting these like on t-shirts, all sorts of different things. I'm working on all sorts of like different designs and all that for you guys that's native based and themed and all that. So I'm going to be having like these stripes that come down, shirts and all that stuff too, native designs. So I got to get all that for you guys already before, I want to test out the merchandise too before I actually go ahead and release it to you guys, because like in our other channel, Underneath Supernatural, we had merch too, but it was like really crappy quality. And that's one thing I always hated was like we got a shirt from them, and then like it would just shrink on us, the sleeves would roll up, or the print didn't come out good and everything like that, and it was just like really itchy cotton and all this other different stuff. And I want to make sure if you guys purchase something, it's something that you guys can use. It's gonna be great, and that's something I really want you guys, because you're representing my symbol. You're representing you guys are a part. I'm gonna let you know you're a part of the Shanclen Shadow Army. Oh yeah, Shanclen Shadow Warriors. So you guys are all underneath my banner of protection now when it comes to these things. So you guys can actually wear those symbols and everything, and it'll actually give you protection in that way. Oh, so I want to make sure that you guys have that stuff, and it's not like cheap quality and everything. And for those of you who checked out my New Year's live stream, I will be bringing my sisters. Maybe they'll do some modeling with the stuff and all that. And I really want it to be good, planned out, everything ready, smooth, and all that for you guys, because you guys are awesome. You guys deserve it. And, for supporting me and everything, you guys deserve good quality. Oh. The sizes of merch. That's another big thing too. For me, I'm 6'5". So preferably I like to wear like 2 extra large tall. So, but a lot of these things, one thing I found out is like these distributors, a lot of times don't have like special sizes for like big and tall, or even like smaller people and everything. That's they just have like the normal sizes. And if I were to get like 3XL or like even just a 2XL, the length doesn't go, longer. It's always just gets wider. And it's just like always flapping in the wind. And it's just like, no, I'm tall. I need it longer. I don't want to reach my arms up and my belly sticks out, kind of thing. So that's something I'm looking into as well, to see if we can get some special sizes for everybody out there. So, help support everybody. It doesn't matter what size and shape you are. You can wear the symbol too, as well. Blessing kits or prayer book would be awesome. See if I got everybody sweetgrass. there's currently there's like 34,000 of you, and if you all bought Sweetgrass, I'm pretty sure like if I were to go and get it myself, each one of you would have like one string of something. But maybe I can make like a little handbook, of like basic things you guys can do, like explain, acknowledging when you go to something, like the steps that go with it, or making ash or something like that. I can give you the steps for that. Because yeah, a lot of times I mention these things on how to do stuff, but I don't really go into detail about how to do it. And that's just me. Like, I'm not used to people not really knowing that stuff. So that's like something I'm trying to like work on and be like, okay, I gotta like slow down and explain this because I grew up with this stuff and a lot of you people haven't out there. So I gotta take some time to be able to teach you guys these things. Oh. Printed bandana would be cool. Yes, there was one site I saw that had some bandanas. You see, I love bandanas. I have long hair, and I always kind of hated like when my little baby hairs would be like all over my face. So I always like to wear a bandana. Yeah. Oh, is sweetgrass sweet? Sweet. Is sweetgrass sweet? Smells sweet. It's I love the smell of sweetgrass. It's awesome. Do you worry for your sisters out on the reservations or sovereign lands with the disappearances, murders of Native women so high in the few decades in the amount in the Indian country? Yes, I do. For those of you out there, I'll probably be making a video kind of bringing attention and awareness to MMIW, missing murdered Indigenous women. That's something that I've always kind of been hesitant to talk about because I never really had a platform. And it was always kind of like one of those things to where if you got it wrong, you would kind of get backlash for it. And, that's always something that was just like, I always respected it. And, my sisters would tell me about it. And then I've had a couple people comment about it that now that I do have a bigger platform, I should bring awareness to it. But it's one of those things to where there's a lot of missing murdered Indigenous women that go undocumented in the United States as far as for stealing of Indigenous women off the reservations all over Turtle Island. And so I believe Native American women are the highest rated people that go missing in the United States. And it's just something that's not talked about. Representative Deb Haaland brought that into, I believe, the United States Congress. I believe she's a senator or a congresswoman. I don't know. I'm not too sure. It's getting late. I apologize if I got that wrong. But she brought that awareness to the United States government to start, implementing things to kind of go against that and help Indigenous women and all that. So, but my sisters are strong. They grew up Ashia women, so they're really strong, salty women. But we're always pretty safe on our travels and everything. They don't go out and do crazy things like go to cemeteries or investigations like how I do. So yeah. Is there a heaven and hell in Diné culture? If there is, do skinwalkers get punished for evil deeds? I've honestly never heard of a hell. I've always heard of happy hunting grounds and, or, that's honestly a good question I have to ask my grandfather. Because, like, I used to go to church when I was very young. I believe we stopped going when I was like 5 years old, and we started going more the traditional route of everything. And I grew up hearing those stories from the church, but then like it was one of those things to where like in Diné culture you don't really talk about like hell or you talk about heaven sometimes in the spirit world and all that, how they're in the happy hunting grounds when you go on your journey. I'll probably talk about that in the spiritual lessons video about like some of the things we're taught when you go pass on and you go on your journey to the next world. So, if we do have a hell, I'm pretty sure skinwalkers do go there. But it's always one thing. Always think about if you're a demon, and say like a priest comes up to you and banishes you back to hell, isn't he just sending you home? Or can like you get back to hell and the devil's like, oh, you got banished? He's like, yeah. It's like, oh, shit. We'll just go back out there. Do it again. Go to someone else's house. It's one thing I've always kind of wondered, and maybe somebody in the comments can let me know how that goes. duh, duh, duh. Yes, that symbol would be a cool tat. Just don't get my face on anybody else's on your body. Don't get my face tattooed on you. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Did you get my email about making a game? Yes, I have. I apologize for not responding, but I will tomorrow. I got you. There are some uncanny similarities between the Anasazi and Aztecs. I know people often say there's no connection, but the slavery, barbarism, and love for the dark metaphysical practices is interesting. I actually have some stories about Anasazi. I'll probably make a video on that. If you guys want to hear some stories about the people who went missing, I'll let you know. Does your merch come with hoodies? Yes, I plan on it. It's kind of cold up where I'm from, so I would love to have a hoodie. What's up, everybody? There's a lot of people saying hi. Glad to see me on a live. Yes, I was alive on New Year's. I was alive on New Year's. Hopefully I was. But I'll try to do this maybe like every other week or so. Maybe I'll go live on Instagram and oh no, my iPad died. I gotta go on my phone now. I'll probably go ahead and end this stream at 10:30, another 8 minutes. So for everyone out there, try to get your questions in. I'm trying to read as fast as I can and answer as fast as I can. So I apologize if I don't get your questions, but be able to catch me on the next one. Where's your email? My email should be in my my channel description, like the about section. So check there. If not, you send me a DM on Instagram or whatever. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram, so if I haven't gotten to your DM, I'm sorry. There's a lot of them I'm trying to get through. No such thing as hell. It's called spiritual journey for a reason. It's up to you to move on or not. Yes. Oh. Demons on earth don't want to go to hell. Rather be on earth torturing humans. Hell is the opposite of heaven. Well, that's what I'll talk about that in my spiritual thing, because there's some spirits that are born from hell. There's some spirits that are born in heaven. There's some spirits that are born on earth. So if you're just going back to your house and just be like, oh, okay, well, go back to your house and your dad's like, hey, go play outside, get out of here, kind of thing. I don't know, could be. I'm not dead yet, so I don't know for sure. How long will the skinwalkers live? Not long, I don't think. Unless they do some crazy ceremony that extends their life, which I've only heard of a couple doing that. Like the really, really old ones are still running around, but they're kind of in hiding, trying to pass on those teachings. There's not many, I don't want to let everyone know, there's not that many skinwalkers out there anymore. Not as bad as they were in the old days, so don't freak out too much about that. What's my favorite tobacco? Right now, recreationally, I smoke Black & Milds sweets. Those ones are pretty good. Give a shout out to Juan from Richfield, Utah. What up, Juan? Where can I buy your stuff? It's not out yet. But if you guys go follow me on Instagram, I will be keeping updates on Instagram and Facebook about my merch and everything. So stay up to date on that. Yes. Yes. Go follow me on Instagram. Do you bless your bullets? Only if I'm trying to go for skinwalkers or evil demons. But yes, sometimes we do. But if I'm hunting, not really. Because if you're hunting an animal and you kind of want their spirit not to die, you don't bless the bullet because you want them to go on their journey and you thank them for the food. But if you're going against evil, yes, you can bless your bullets. What tribe has the best fry bread? Navajo. Come on. No question to that. I know if I ever go to the Gathering Nations and people recognize me, they're gonna give me shit for that. How big of a range would your tribe travel to communicate with other tribes that you know of? Not that far. For as many tribes that were out there, a lot of us were really close to each other. Apaches were to the south of us, Utes were to the north of us, the Pueblos were to the east, Hopis were in the middle, and then the west of us too. So, we're all kind of pretty close, represent. We used to kind of have our disputes back in the day, but I think we're all pretty chill now. There are some people, Pueblos, in the comments are really mean to me. I'm just like, bro, that stuff happened years ago. Let it be. Let it go. You're alive. You got a casino. We don't. Be happy. What evil beings do tribes on the East Coast believe in? I think Mothman was one of those. They have versions of that, and then they have another one of a floating head inside of a forest or something like that. Only a couple of them I've heard of, but like I said, I'd love to travel to the East Coast to try to see if I can learn some more if I can. Ever want to go investigate the old Wingate Depot just east of Gallup? Yes, we always wanted to go there, but we never got in contact with the owners of the place. You know what I mean? And that was one thing that like we never really wanted to trespass on anything because like we don't want to go get tossed in jail, and we for sure as hell didn't have money for bail. So yes, I would love to one day. Because I know there's a lot of haunting stories from people that went over there and all that. Comanche has the best fry bread. Can't tell the recipe. Okay. I've had Lakota fry bread. I've had Pueblo fry bread. I've had Hopi bread, Peaky bread. That one's really good. Yeah, so as far as the East Coast, I haven't tried your fry bread. So for right now, Navajos are at the top. But if there's another tribe that I go meet and they bring me fry bread, just not too much fry bread, it's get me unwell. But if I taste your fry bread, maybe I'll update the list. I'll let you guys know. I'll go against my own tribe. Who knows? Have I visited Tucson? Yes, I have. Go Wildcats. Yeah. U of A. Are Mexicans considered Native Americans considering they're indigenous to the land? Yes. I consider them my brothers and my sisters. They're our neighbors. They're from these lands too and everything. So I consider Mexicans my brothers and my sisters too. We don't look that different. Okay, let me see. Do you know the origins of Bigfoot and what they are? I don't know the origins, but I do know what they are. So maybe stay tuned for my Bigfoot video I'm going to be making. What is my take on shamanism? The word shamanism comes from overseas, not from here. So that's from a different cultural medicinal man, I guess you can say. For us Navajo, we call them hatalis, or medicine men. We don't really like the term shaman, but it's one of those things. We get what you mean by shamanism. Never really met anybody that was of true shamanism. So maybe if I go travel on those over there, I can visit the origins of it and just compare and contrast and have a smoke and talk with them about it. Oh. Have I seen Thunderbirds? I have not seen a Thunderbird, but I have heard one. And it's on our Unearthing the Supernatural page to where it came through an SP7 spirit box and it scared the shit out of me. So yeah, being able to see Thunderbirds like that, especially, well, for us Navajo people, the Thunderbirds used to kill us. That's where, I don't know if you guys have seen that butte over in Shiprock, New Mexico. Over there is in our creation stories of where it lived. So it used to go to villages and capture people and take people up on top of the mountain and feed its kids and everything until the Twin Warriors came and killed it off with their blessed arrows and everything. So it's another story I could probably get into and everything. But yeah, Thunderbirds. I know in other tribes, Thunderbirds were nice to them. So I don't know what you guys give them as offering, but you should let us know so they can not eat us. Bluebird flower is hard to get. Okay, so I've honestly recently found out, this will probably be my last question. And I know I was supposed to be doing this damn Gundam this whole time, but I don't think I can keep track with all the comments and build something, I'll probably have to do this in my own time. But yeah, Bluebird flower. Go to Fry's. if you live in Arizona, um, at least in Arizona, they have it here in Phoenix and Fry's, Albertsons. I know they have some too. It's starting to get out there more. So that's the one thing that's a key ingredient right there for the best fry bread is bluebird flour. For those of you who don't know what that is, look up bluebird flour. You want to know how to make the best Navajo fry bread, go look that up. But I'm probably going to go ahead and end this live stream here. Everything's dying on me. My camera's probably going to die. iPad died. Everything's dying. And I got work tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure some of you got work tomorrow too, or wherever you are in the world. You know, clearly there's a lot of you out there. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me on this live stream and just hanging out. You know, like how I said, I'm going to be doing this maybe every other week or so to kind of just hang out with you guys, answer questions that I might have missed on my videos to kind of bring further clarification to you guys and just hang out and just have fun and everything. So, you know, you guys have a great night. Many blessings to you all. Thank you guys so much for enjoying my content. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I posted a new video, Truth of Skinwalker's video out there talking about how I'm never going to go sleeping in the middle of the night or outside in the night anymore because the Skinwalker tried to grab me. You know, it's pretty creepy. But yeah, this Friday I'm going to be making a new video talking about the spiritual world, kind of things that we talked about here from my point of view and perspective, and I have some questions for you guys. Maybe you might have the answers to on that one, but that one's going to be really cool. So like I said, we mentioned a bunch of things on this live stream to where, you know, Bigfoot, you know, Thunderbirds and twins and all these other different things and theories, a lot of stuff in the paranormal world. So I'll do my best to try to bring you guys videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great night. Blessed night. Oh, no, I got to do the awkward thing and get up and go turn this off at my computer. Good night, everybody.